Hello everybody, my name is Jacob by Night Browatsky, and today we are watching a scrim between recently qualified LMQ, recently LCS qualified LMQ from China, and CLG, with their brand new top lane tryout person, Seraph. Whose name in this game is going to be Kina, the K-I-N-A. He's going to be on Shyvana. So he's going to be the one to watch in this game since he obviously is trying out for CLG. His nerves, I'm sure, are running very, very high, as his performance in this game could help determine whether or not he actually is going to be on the official CLG roster this summer LCS split. I would like to say one thing before we really get into this game, though, and that is that since this is a scrim, if either team would prefer that this is not up on YouTube and you want me to remove the video, just send me a private message and I am fine doing so. I understand if you want your scrims to stay private. But if I don't receive a message, this is going to just stay up. Hopefully you guys will enjoy it if you are watching it. But yeah, so my name is By Night, and this is my first time actually commentating a full LCS level gameplay, so I'm pretty excited about that, and we'll see how I do. Now, normally in commentaries or shoutcasting or whatever you want to call it, there are two casters. And the reason for that is one caster will be doing the play-by-play, like if there's an epic thing that's about to happen or an epic thing that's happening like right now when Link goes in on Wei Zhao, then someone will be commentating that, and then someone else will shoutcast like the analysis of the overall gameplay. And that's kind of how a duo works. But because I'm shoutcasting this by myself, I'm going to be trying to do my best to cover both sides, the overall analysis of the overall game as well as the play-by-play. So if you have any tips or constructive criticism on how I can improve, definitely leave that in the comment section below and I'll read all of the comments. But yeah, so now let's get into the game. So in the top lane, it's a Shyvana versus an Irelia. Both of the champions scale pretty well, and that should be pretty interesting. Shyvana kind of bullies out Irelia early game if the Shyvana plays it well, but late game both champions should really be monsters, and I'm guessing the farm should stay relatively even throughout the match as far as top lane goes. As far as mid lane goes, and by the way, I'm just using directed camera as well, so I'll try to talk about what's on the screen as much as possible, but I'm not actually controlling where the camera is. It's all going by itself. But yeah, so as far as mid lane games, actually there's a gank coming in as No Name ganks with Lee Sin, and it looks like Link is going to be able to get out with some nice jukes as well as some support from the Elise, which kind of discourage LMQ from going really hard on Link's Yasuo. But he had a nice win wall as well there, which I think might have actually blocked a Lee Sin Q. I'm not exactly sure. You can rewatch that if you want to. Yeah, so as far as that mid lane matchup goes, the Nidalee is going to sustain really well compared to the Yasuo, as well as harass pretty well. But in all ends, especially before Nidalee hits level 6, the Yasuo will have a little bit of an advantage there. So it's kind of an interesting mix, and it's a pretty skill-based lane matchup there. The nice thing about having a Yasuo in the game against the Nidalee is late game, with the wind wall, you'll be able to block a few of those Nidalee spears. However, the wind wall's cooldown is going to be a little bit longer than the spears, so you're not going to be able to block all of them. Alright, so let's talk about this bottom lane matchup. The bottom lane is going to be pretty even. Leona has a really good engage for a support and really good dueling, but the Zyra is going to have a lot of strong disengage with her plant slow as well as her stun that she has. So there might be some cool fun engages in the bot lane, but I don't think there's really going to be many deaths down here unless ganks come, because you do have that engage into the disengage combination. Both AD carries have really strong escapes, and I think both AD carries are just going to try to farm up as best as they can. Alright, now as far as the jungle matchup goes, the Lee Sin is going to be really strong early game, and then late game, I'm guessing, since No Name is a really good Lee Sin, there's probably going to be some ward kicks in there to engage some team fights. But as far as the scaling goes, Lee scales a little bit better into the late game than the Lee Sin, but the Lee Sin has a lot of early game pressure, so we'll see how that works out overall. So it looks like bot lane, LMQ's bot lane did have to back as they either were... it looks like they were kind of just harassed out because Ezreal wasn't really in a place to buy any big items. So a little bit of advantage there for the CLG bot lane, as you see quite a bit of an minion advantage right now for Double Lift. We see another gank coming in here in bot lane as Lee Sin comes in, and it looks like the Elise is coming in for the support. She's going a little bit hard, and the spear from Wei Xiao is going to pick up Dexter. It was a good counter gank coming in, but he went a little bit too hard. Yeah, I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, and I'm sure watching this he would agree that he went a little bit too hard there. But yeah, so it looks like first blood is drawn by LMQ's Wei Xiao with a very nice spear. The Lee Sin was brought pretty low, but sadly, nothing came of that. So in the top lane, look, hey, the camera moves just in time. We see a little bit of a minion advantage actually forming for Seraph. So that's to be expected as he kind of bullies out the Irelia a little bit early game, and we see he's going in on her. He's not really going to be able to pick up the kill though, because the tower is pretty strong. When you're only level 6. So he does force the Irelia to back though, and he should just continue to extend that minion advantage. So it's pretty good. I'm guessing you're going to see Lee Sin go top a few times and try to stop that, especially because it looks like Seraph is actually staying. So if he keeps pushing in really hard, there'll probably be a gank coming up there. As far as bot lane goes, it looks like the CS is still slightly in favor of Double Lift, although it's only about 7 CS difference there, so nothing too massive. And you can really see how close the lanes are based off of the total global gold. It's really even right now, and both sides are in a pretty even place. It looks like there's a little bit of skirmish going on top lane. I'm pretty sure Seraph will win that, so you'll see the Irelia back off there. In the bot lane, some good harass coming in by Double Lift, as he's able to keep popping those skills and popping his passive to get those double shots off. And it looks like an ult's coming in here as well. And if you look in the jungle, you'll see that both Elise and Yasuo are coming to try and dive this tower. So I'm guessing we're about to see a little bit of action. There is some follow-up from both Nidalee and Lee Sin, but they're going to be a little bit too slow, and I believe both of LMQ's bot lane are going to fall. Yeah, we see the ult coming in from Link. Is he going to die? No, it looks like he is going to live, and Nidalee is quite a fast mid laner. Is she going to be able to get out? Yeah, it looks like she is probably going to escape here. Double Lift's probably going to chase, but with those heals and spears coming out, I don't think he's actually going to be able to pick up that Nidalee. Yeah, it looks like he's just going to back off there, and Nidalee should escape, unless, of course, Zyra can stop her from backing. No, she does. She does succeed in her recall. Oh, and Double Lift gets caught out here by the Lee Sin, and Lee Sin does flash in for that final hit. Man, that Q into the red buff is so strong. That's one of the reasons why Lee Sin has such a strong early game. But while Double Lift was distracting, right? He was doing it on purpose. While he was distracting the Lee Sin, Dexter was able to pick up Dragon, and Seraph comes and picks up the low life jungler who got a little bit greedy and decided to do wraiths with almost no health. So good move there by Seraph. Alright, so we can see a little bit of a lead forming for CLG now, since they were able to not only pick up the dragon, but they were able to come up slightly ahead in kills as well. So they're slightly ahead and it's looking pretty even, but CLG does have a slight advantage. They also have a little bit of a farm lead in top lane still. Although it looks like Doublelift may die here. Yes, he does go down. Seraph is around from behind though. Sadly, Aphromoo was not able to land that stun, although the slow might be enough, and yeah, it looks like Seraph's going to be able to pick up this kill. It looks like Ezreal might go down as well. No, he does flash, and he'll probably get out of that. Nope, Seraph might be able to pick him up. I do not... Yeah, he doesn't have any active CUs, and it actually looks like he will be alright. Quite a bit of stuff going on here. Seraph is really just destroying LMQ by himself. He's 2-0 right here, and man, he is really a strong monster in these drawn-out team fights, as he's able to just do a lot of damage while tanking a lot of damage as well. And we'll see if they're able to... yeah, it looks like they'll get a decent amount of damage on this mid tower, but I don't think they'll be picking it up. But if you look bottom lane, you'll see Doublelift is going to be doing a lot of damage to that bottom tower as well. And, oh, we see the synergy coming in with that Aphromoo ultimate knock up into the Yasuo ult. And that was a very good pickup. And it looks like Dexter is going to be doing as much damage as he can. He's not trying to get the kill here, but what he's trying to do is by chunking down LMQ, they get him low enough that they can't defend this tower, which allows CLG to get more damage down on that tower. So oftentimes you don't need to get the kill in order to get the advantage. Like, sure, the kill is nice, but just chunking them out so that you have a map advantage allows you to pick up objectives, and that's what Dexter's goal was there in the harass. And looks like Doublelift did pick up that bot tower, so that's very good for CLG, as the towers are now tied 1-1. Although the mid tower is pretty low for LMQ, and there is a dive in this bottom lane, as it looks like yeah, it looks like both of them are actually going to fall here. Yep, both of them do fall, and that was a very good dive by CLG, and they are creating a nice lead for themselves, although it looks like Seraph is going to fall here. Yes, the exhaust and the ultimate comes down, maybe a little bit more than was needed, but this kill was definitely secured there. Alrighty, so overall, CLG still has a decent gold advantage, about 2k. And there looks like there's going to be a skirmish here bottom. Is he able to... Oh, here comes the ultimate. The ultimate does miss, so Doublelift is going to live there. If that ultimate had hit, if the ultimate had hit, Doublelift definitely would have died. But he was able to dodge that. But while that was going on, it looks like CLG is able to pick up the mid lane tower. So they have a little bit of a tower advantage now. And yeah, it's really looking pretty solid for them, as they're able to extend that gold lead another 1k in their favor. So it looks like right now what both teams are trying to do is just get that map advantage, dropping down those pink wards, just trying to tell the other team, hey, this is our jungle, we control this area. And just trying to make sure they know where the enemy team is. In solo queue, I know you're always telling your support buy more wards, or you're trying to get more wards, but in these games where there's way more communication than solo queue, vision is so much more important and so much more valued than normal solo queue games, because you can't make good decisions unless you know where the enemy is. So that's why if you look on the map, there's just so many wards down by both teams here. As you can see, LMQ's entire top jungle is covered in wards. So it looks like there might be a little bit of a skirmish bottom as Link goes in, and the cocoon does land, and what a nice kill pickup there. That was really, really well played by both Dexter and Link, hitting the tornado, landing that ultimate, landing the cocoon, and just instantly killing Nidalee before anyone could respawn. And with that kill, they're going to try to pressure down this mid tower as much as they can. They probably won't be able to get too much damage down on it, as there still are 4 members of LMQ alive, but a decent amount of damage. And nice pickups around the map, and looks like they're going to be rotating bottom, and they'll be able to get more damage on this bottom tower than they probably were on the mid tower. But yeah, you can just see CLG, like whenever they get any type of kill, they always try to capitalize on it, although they might have overextended a little bit too much here as Aframu does go down. And this does not look good for CLG. You see that kick that I was talking about a little bit earlier on coming in from No Name, just tossing double lift into the entire team. And it looks like Dexter is probably going to fall here as well. Oh, the spider blocks the Ezreal Q. And yep, he does fall there. And if I really hadn't picked that up, then the spear from Wei Xiao would have definitely got him. And it looks like LMQ is going to get a dragon off of this one. Although if you look in the top right side of the map, you can see bot lane that Seraph is way behind enemy lines, trying to get that bottom tower. And he does get the bottom tower, and he's going to try to escape. I don't think that's going to work out too well for him. Yeah, he's definitely going to go down here. But a tower for a kill, that's definitely worth it gold-wise, as the tower does give more gold to your team than a kill and the assist gold. So definitely worth it as far as overall gold goes. Alrighty, so at this point in the game, both teams are really trying to get catches while objectives aren't out, because if they can catch someone, then it means they can try to grab towers. And then normally you'll see the team fights come in when the teams decide to try to get objectives like Dragon and Baron. So see Seraph going top. He's going to try to push out top. The top tower is probably the next objective that CLG is going to be going for. But yeah, pretty close game in all honesty though, from both sides, as CLG does have a little bit better control as far as rotations, pushing down towers goes. Their shot calling is a little bit superior, and you can see that by the fact that they're up 3-2 or 3-1 in towers, because their team fighting really hasn't been better. The only thing they've really been doing better is pushing and capitalizing on the kills that they are picking up, because the kills are tied, but every time that CLG gets a kill, they're pushing down towers off of it, and then LMQ's kills are just in response to CLG's pushing. So bottom lane, you see the Yasuo and Nidalee, and up here, yeah, you see the push on that top tower. And yes, they do pick up their next objective. It's now 4-1 in towers, and we'll see what goes on next. If they keep on pushing, you're definitely going to see LMQ try to stop this push. But once again, like just what I'm saying, everything is reactive by LMQ. Now that doesn't necessarily mean that it's bad, but it just means that because they're playing reactively, they have no control over the game flow. Although they did have a nice pickup on both the bot laners for CLG there, as they both go down. And yeah, CLG's really just kind of overstayed their welcome there. And LMQ did a good job punishing CLG for the fact that they overstayed. He jumps through the wall a little bit early, but it looks like he is able to pick that up with his Q. So LMQ is going to be pressuring down this mid tower here. And Yasuo looks like he's going to try and defend it. It's probably not a good idea though. He's definitely going to fall here. And a quick easy kill for LMQ as well as the mid tower. So wow, the game just really turns around super fast there. Just two mistakes by CLG. Well, actually, really just one big mistake and then a small mistake there trying to defend that middle tower. But yeah, overstaying top lane really hurt him there. They not only lost 2 kills, but they also lost a mid tower off of that overstay, and then a 3rd kill as well. So they're still slightly ahead as far as overall gold goes, but it's definitely anyone's game still. Dragon should be spawning here pretty soon, and that'll probably be the next objective that's fought over. So Seraph's pushing top. He does have that teleport though, so he'll just be able to teleport if there's any type of fight that happens near this dragon, so he'll probably keep on pushing the. Dexter is able to steal that big wolf though. So be him. Alright, so members of both teams are just backing, buying their items, and it looks like they try to pick off the Lee Sin there. Sadly, they were not able to do so. He's definitely not going to follow up that Q because that would be suicide. But yeah, pretty controlled on both sides as they really just wait for the other team to make a mistake while they wait for Dragon to spawn. And then based off of how this dragon fight goes, it's really going to determine who's able to pick up the next towers and the next objectives. Nice block of the spear there. Sadly, the wind wall cooldown is quite a bit longer than the spear cooldown, so you can block one spear, but then the next few spears you're going to have to dodge. Alrighty. So, teams are trying to get a little bit of a vision here in this bottom jungle. And I jumped the gun a little bit on the dragon timer. I thought it would have spawned by now. I really should keep track of those timers. In the future. But yeah. So it looks like LMQ has a slight vision advantage in the river. And we'll see how that affects this dragon fight. They tried to set down a pink ward there and get a little bit of control. But LMQ is able to pick off that vision ward. And CLG really has no vision in LMQ's jungle now. Although if you look, LMQ hasn't even tried to get vision in CLG's jungle. Alright, so Dragon has now finally spawned. And here comes the fight. Looks like CLG is actually going to be starting this Dragon. It's an interesting decision here. We'll see how this goes. So Seraph jumps into the backline of LMQ, is doing a lot of damage there. Link gets dropped though, and it looks like LMQ really just destroys that fight. Yeah, that didn't go too hot for CLG whatsoever. Double Lift's going to ult here though, and he is not able to pick up Lee Sin, although the red buff does pick him up in the end, so Lee Sin does go down. And Ezreal's trying to get double lift, but him and Seraph having a lot of synergy here. Seraph's blocking all of the spears for double lift, blocking the Qs from Ezreal, and double lift is able to pick up the triple kill there as Seraph blocks another spear for double lift. And so that's some good synergy going on right there. But yeah, so they were able to turn down a really bad situation for them and make it not so bad. But yeah, so the gold lead is still in CLG's favor, although as far as team fighting goes, it's looking a little bit shaky. But that's mostly just because of Wei Xiao's really great spears. He's hitting almost every single spear in these team fights, and each spear that you hit as an AP Nidalee is dropping your opponents down by like half HP, unless you're hitting Seraph, of course. He hardly even cares if he gets hit by a spear. But yeah, Wei Xiao's spears have been really good. And really the reason why LMQ is doing so well in these team fights, because like Link goes in, gets hit by a spear, and then he just gets finished off. Or same thing with Afram, he gets hit by a spear, and then it's just 1 or 2 shots and he's dead. So yeah, it's a lot of pressure on Wei Xiao though, because if he's not able to hit these spears in these team fights, I have a feeling that CLG is just going to destroy the team fights. But another thing to point out is how well No Name's kicks have been. He's done a really good job of knocking a squishy from CLG into LMQ's entire team. And oftentimes these fights have been 4v5s because of those Lee Sin kicks. Looks like there's a little bit of a skirmish going down here. Aframu drops the ultimate, and he looks like he's going to escape here. Although Moore might die. Nope. Oh yeah, he does go down here. There was a little bit of a bad ultimate by Double Lift, but I'm not going to mention that one. Oh, wait, I already have. Alright, so Seraph kind of gets caught out there a little bit, although he's so tanky that he ends up not dying. although Aframu was not so lucky, and a great ult by Link there, as he's able to ult 2 squishies on LMQ, and they're able to pick up 2 kills there. Really well played by the Yasuo, as Link is able to hit that tornado into ult 2 and really put that in their favor. So it looks like they're actually going to start Baron here. It's an interesting call. Now, LMQ does not have any vision here, so if they're able to pick this off before LMQ comes, it's going to be a great pickup. But yeah, it looks like LMQ is going to contest this. We'll see how good Dexter's smite is, as Dexter is able to pick up the Baron. So that's really good by him. And Yasuo is fighting 3 people pretty much, and he just destroys that fight. It picks up 2, and wow, that was so big for CLG. Link, oh my goodness, his damage is incredible. Seraph's coming around from behind, and it looks like Ezreal is going to go down here with another nice ult from Link off of that ultimate from Shyvana. And wow, just really well played by CLG. And it looks like Lee Sin might fall as well. Depends if he has a ward to jump to. Yes, he does. And is he going to escape? No. Link is able to pick him up. And wow, these plays by Link are really well. He's just playing super solid. And yeah, just really nice plays by Link there. And CLG now has a massive advantage. A little over a 7k gold lead. They have the Baron. And LMQ is kind of just falling apart here in their own jungle. Alright, so CLG is going to back here, buy their items, and then you're going to see them really try to push for towers. Aframu is going to die once more. That poor squishy Aframu keeps getting picked off. But yeah, that shouldn't affect any objectives. Shouldn't affect the overall game plan. But yeah, so CLG just bought, and you'll see them start pushing down towers. If there is a team fight that happens while CLG has this Baron buff and this 8k gold lead, well, not quite 8k, just a little over 7k gold lead, you'll definitely see CLG win this next team fight. Although No Name is going for a play with this Aurelia, and it looks like Doublelift is going to die here, but he is able to pick up Lee Sin. Oh, and the heal comes out. Is Doublelift going to get the double kill? No, he is not. He does get picked off. He goes a little bit too hard, and Ezreal's there to follow up. And Moore is actually behind enemy lines, and Dexter gets the sound from the spear, but doesn't actually get hit by the spear. Nice freaking going up into the air for Dexter. What the heck is that skill called? I'll look that up after this game is done. Repel. There we go. I knew the name of the skill, but wow, that was well played by Doublelift there. Well played by Dexter. Nice follow up, and LMQ really kind of just overextended there with that bot lane pressure. And it looks like Dexter's going to be able to pick up another dragon. And this game really looks like it's going to be going to CLG. They just need to keep playing, not throw, keep pushing these objectives, and not make a mistake, and they should be fine. Now, if you're LMQ in this situation, you're really looking for a pick. You have a worse late game, so you're looking for a pick, and you're looking to pick objectives off of the pick, and you're going to need several to get back into the game, possibly a pick into a Baron. But it looks like a team fight's coming out. CLG is not going to be letting LMQ do that, as they say, no, we're going to fight this with our Baron buff and completely destroy you. And this will be a Nexus, or an inhibitor tower, and it will be the inhibitor going down as well, as CLG has taken complete control over this game. Moore and Wei Zhao trying to poke down, trying to distract CLG from taking their base. But it looks like they're actually going to fall here. Moore goes in. Moore is going to die here. And so does Wei Zhao. And this game is a wrap. So because this is a scrim, normally what they do is everyone will just leave. It just won't show up on the match history. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed that game. Pretty cool. If you have any tips to improve my shoutcasting, let me know. Any constructive criticism would be greatly appreciated. It's pretty difficult shoutcasting by yourself, but yeah, let me know how I did. And if you guys want me to try and shoutcast more scrims in the future, let me know, and I'll try to get my hands on some more scrims. Although I'm guessing there's going to be very few scrims that are actually open for spectating, as teams don't like their strategies and such to be able to be reviewed. But yeah, so thanks guys for watching. If you did enjoy, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And I will hopefully see you guys again. Bye.